Yeah, it's very nice to be here. This weekend's my first shows back in the States. My fiance and I, we vacationed in Asia for 2 weeks. Yeah, we were in Bangkok, Thailand, and Bali, and we came back on Monday, and this is the longest stretch of time I've had diarrhea. So I'm sorry to bring that up. I hope no one's eating. I apologize, but that's what's going on with me. Okay? Maybe on the way here, you guys stopped at a bar, got a couple drinks, get pepped up for the show. I stopped at a CVS, and I came back with Pepto and anti-diarrheal pills. And so you'll notice while I'm up here, I'm not going to move a lot, okay? What you're seeing right now, this is about where I'm going to live for the next hour. Feet are planted. This is where I live. It's not going to be a lot of excitement. It's just going to be a lot of, hello. Because you never know. You think you're fine, and then you're like, no, you're not. And I've been doing comedy for a long time, and I will die before that happens to me on stage. I will be nice and steady. I was so sad that I got sick out there in Thailand, because I ate all the food, I wanted to be like Anthony Bourdain, I don't think he was really there. There's no way. I was just eating street food and skinny jeans, and he was okay. I'm calling bullshit. I did that one day, 2 weeks, done. Here we are on week 3, and I'm like, really? Yeah, someone just made a fart noise. That is a 10 o'clock show right there. Is that you? I thought it was, oh, that's so funny. I thought it was like the younger dude there. This guy looks like he owns a business. You look like you own multiple businesses. I'm the head of the PTA. And then here he is in the back of a strip mall at 11 o'clock at night. Going, you're my favorite person. I love that. Never change. Never change. Don't let the world change you, Yeah, but that's where I'm at. It's not good. Not a good spot. Yeah, it was, Thailand was cool. They have, I got to know the bathrooms really well there. And thankfully I was staying at a really nice hotel. We were staying at this place called La Meridian. And it only cost like $100 a night, but it was like the nicest hotel room I've ever stayed in. It was gorgeous. They had robes and slippers. And they had one of those toilets that does it all for you. I don't know if you've even heard of this, but over in Asia, they got fancy toilets where you hit a button and they just get you. They get you all prepped for life. You don't have to get back there. That's none of your business what's going on back there. You just sit down and do it, you hit a button, they're like, get on out of here, buddy. You're doing great. And it's a little intimidating, okay? Because I didn't know that's what I was getting into. I sat down, and then I looked on the wall, and there's all these buttons with pictures that let you know what's going to go on back there if you hit this button. So now, naturally, I'm a human, so like I'm like curious, but also afraid at the same time, because you're like, oh, what if I love it? Like, what if this changes my life? Like, I can't go back. What if I'm going to miss work? I'm just at home, just nailing this button. And it starts easy. Like, there's different levels of how crazy you want to get with it. And I just started at a nice low level, First day at the gym. We're not burning it out, Just, do a little cardio, maybe a little Stairmaster. Nothing crazy. And then slowly we just worked it up, and I was just like, this is great. It was wonderful. It was like, sometimes I would sit on the toilet, didn't even have to go. Just like that afternoon coffee. Just a little something, pep in my step, thank you, sir. On with my life. And they even have a fan in the back. There's a heater back there, so when you're done washing it, they dry it. And I'm like, that's legal? I love it. I loved it. And the aim on that thing is magnificent. Spot on. Bullseye. Just bang. This thing doesn't even know my name. And it knew me for a minute. And he's like, there you are. And you're like, wow. Who came up with that? That was an engineer. Someone went to school for a long time. And they used all that knowledge on, yep, there it is. What a hero. What a hero that person is, whoever invented that toilet. Because not only did they have the idea, not only did they have the science to put it together, but then they had to get investment money. That means someone like walked into like a Shark Tank situation with a prototype that was probably just a toilet seat with like a water gun and a hairdryer glued to it. All right, Mark Cuban, take your pants off. We're about to make $1 billion. That's what you came here for, you guys. Highbrow comedy. Toilets. Sorry, that was my life. I share. Yeah, one more time for me. How about some of that? I like it. The dude was dressed up in a suit, and I realized I should have worn a nicer flannel. Better transition. This is my nicest flannel. It's good to be here. You guys seem friendly. You guys get over the debate yet on Sunday? Is everyone over it? I'm not. That was quite the event. That was like 90 minutes. After it was done, I had this urge to just buy canned food and bottled water. Anybody else? Like I felt the need to stock up. I was like, we need some supplies. I told my wife, I'm like, we need a weapon. Make a weapon. Sharpen something. This is not going to be good. We need to go into the caves. We need to get into the mountains so we can have a lay of the land. We need a vantage point. But I got a Honda Civic. It won't make it up into the mountains. That thing, that whole debate was terrifying. The moderator, he kept saying, your time is up, your time is up, your time. He said it so many times. I'm like, I think he's talking to the country. He's not talking to the candidates. That's for us. Like, your time is up. Head for the hills. It's over. We had a good run, but it's over now. So scary. This is the first debate that I've paid attention to. I'm new to it. It's my first season. I haven't watched the other seasons. I'm guessing this is the best season. Don't get me wrong, I voted before, but I never watched the debates. I just voted based on, I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy over there. And no one checks, by the way, when you go to vote. No one's like, hey, have you been paying attention? Well, can you choose? I got a sticker, and that's kind of that's how we pick a king. It's pretty weird. I'll be honest with you guys, in 2012, I didn't vote for Mitt Romney, only because that dude had jet black hair with gray on the sides, and I grew up in the 90s, and that's every villain in every cartoon I grew up watching. Can't vote for that guy. He's gonna poison the drinking water and try to kill the Ninja Turtles. Not on my watch. Trying to be a better adult. Pay attention to politics and stuff. I fixed the toilet at home, so I'm doing pretty good. You gotta understand my background. I grew up without a dad, and I've rented my entire life. You don't fix things when you rent. You work around them until the lease is up, and then you go find a place with a working whatever that is. That's how it works. But my wife, I came home from the road, and she goes, the toilet's hissing. And I'm like, all right, well, we got 3 more months, and now we'll find you a place without a hissing toilet. And she said, nope, you're going to go fix it. And I go, why me? Why automatic? That's sexist. To just pick, neither of us know how to fix anything. Why do you think neither of us know what to do with that Stanley tool set your mom got us for Christmas. Why do I have to go in there? What do I have that you don't? You think I just go in there and just beat it with my dick and balls until it magically works again? I don't know what I'm doing. It's not fair. But I went in there, I tried, and I fixed it. And by the way, it wasn't a bowl issue, all right? It wasn't any idiot with forearms can fix a bowl issue. I was working in the tank. That's the motherboard of the toilet. People make a living off of working in the tank, all right? People go to community college and put food on the table by working in the tank.
I don't know if you flipped a tank open recently. That's still how we get rid of the grossest things in our lives. Have you looked in there? It looks like an erector set from the 50s. It's so archaic. Or it looks like, remember the game Mousetrap? That board game Mousetrap? That's what's in there. You hit the lever, a marble comes down, then a Jolly Green Giant flies over, then a flap opens up. I didn't understand how it was working. I couldn't make sense of it. I was just staring into the tank, and I could see my own reflection in the water in the tank, and I was hoping for like a Disney moment. Like maybe the water will ripple away, and there's my dad staring back at me like, adjust the float, son. And I'm like, oh, thanks, Dad. And then he ripples away. That's what I was hoping for. But that did not happen. I had to go on YouTube. I had to watch a YouTube video. Yeah, that someone else's dad made. And put on the internet to help me out. Wonderful. I've been trying to lose weight. I exercise because he called me fat on the internet. Yeah, I got a YouTube video up. I don't know who leaves comments on YouTube videos. They might be the devil. This one comment, they just argued over how fat they thought I was. That was the whole comment section. I swear, this one guy wrote, he looks like my fat uncle, Uncle McFat. That was a real comment somebody left. Somebody's like, the world needs to know. And even if someone writes something nice, someone will take it away right away. Like this one guy wrote, he looks like Johnny Depp. And I was like, ooh. But before I could enjoy that, someone underneath wrote, looks like he ate Johnny Depp. I don't think those people realize when you leave that comment, not only do I read it, but sometimes I read it while laying in a hotel bed alone and very far from home. And that's my last connection with people before I try to sleep for the night. I'm just laying in bed going, he looks like my fat uncle, Uncle McFat. You can't fall asleep after that. Imagine that in your day-to-day. You're getting ready for bed. Someone runs by your bedroom window. Good night, you fat ass! Who did that? Was he talking to me or you, baby? Who is that guy talking to? One of us won't be able to sleep tonight. So I exercise. We travel. I love to travel. I was recently in Portland, Oregon, one of my favorite cities to go to. Love that city. Weird people out there. That's what they're known for, weirdness. I was at the train station in Portland, and I came across a young lady who I hope was on drugs. You ever meet anyone like that? We were like, ooh, I hope that's not permanent. I hope that was a decision. I hope you decided for this to happen. I hope you're having a great time. You're scaring the rest of us. I was walking. This is what she was doing. She was leaned up against like a street sign, just doing this right here, just going, and I'm like, which drug is that one? Because I've done a couple of them. I've never done that one. Anyway, I'm trying to walk by while she's doing that, and she goes, you look like Jesus. That's what she yelled at me. And I said, thank you. And I kept walking, because you don't slow down for that. You don't inquire further, like, ooh, let's talk some more about this. No, you go, oh, thank you for reminding me. I don't walk fast enough. Let me put a little extra step in my giddy up. I got to get moving. And then as I'm walking by, she goes, throw me a blessing, Jesus. That's what she yelled. And I'm like, yeah, can't let my children down. I got to throw her a blessing. What if this is a big day for her? This is where she turns it around. That's when I remembered I don't know how to throw a blessing. I've never seen one thrown. Is it underhand? I've never seen it done. I had to think on my feet. This is what I came up with. I just went, you got it. And I pointed at her. That's how I threw my first blessing. I just pointed at her face. I don't fit in. I try. Like, I like new things, but I get upset about the culture around them, if that makes sense. Like, I love craft beer. Anyone else like craft beer? It's delicious. I like it, but I don't like the culture that goes around it. People that are all snooty, like, oh, do you taste the mapley oaks? No, not at all. No, I just like it better than Bud Light. That's why I'm drinking it. It gets me drunk fast. Oh, do you taste the mapley syrup? The brewer had maple syrup for breakfast on his pancakes, and he had some on his fingers. Did you taste it in the batch? No, not even close. They always have some story. These hops were grown in the Appalachian Mountains, and they were tended to by a hermit with an inverted penis, and he would put all the hops on his back and bring... I do not care. I am just drinking some beer. Thank you very much. Hey, guys, that's been my time. My name is Zoltan. Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right. It's happening. What's up, everybody? All right. It's over. All right. That was the right amount of energy for this venue. You know, you don't want it to be too loud. You're gonna alert the authorities. I love this. This is my first time at Soul Joel's, and this feels temporary. I don't know. I have another show tomorrow night, but if I showed up and this room is empty, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, how quickly could you leave? You're just a utility knife, and we're out of here. I love this. It'd be so funny if we found out like they've just been squatting in this space. You showed up and there's just like a handwritten sign, comedy that way. Do they know what's going on? It's just like elderly people over there listening to big band music, and they're like, what's happening to the left? Don't worry about that, Grandpa. It's good, man. It's my first time in Pottstown, and yeah, I didn't know what to expect. No, it's not Pottsville. But that's true. Yeah, you were the one that let me know. Thank you so much for that. So after I got this booking, I made the event on Facebook, and I just put in Pottsville, because in my head I was like, "What? Yeah, Pottsville." And it's not. It's Pottstown, and she let me know Pottsville is also a real place. And it's not near here, obviously, because a war would have broken out. You guys had to move that near Pittsburgh or something. Can't have Pottstown next to Pottsville. That'll be a war, you know. Thankfully, you let me know, and I'm like, thank God, there we go. You know? I could totally see this setup also in Pottsville, though. I don't... Taking a guess, you know. I'm just throwing darts, and I feel like it, you know. But yeah, I landed in Philly this morning and drove up, and it was crazy. Like as soon as Pottstown came into view, it was just those big. It looked like I was coming into Springfield or something. Just those two, like, is that a nuclear power plant out there? Man. It really let me know the type of people I was about to encounter. Because I've met a couple Homer Simpsons since I've been here. Just a couple people where I'm like, you don't know what today is, do you? Just saying, I'm not knocking on Pottstown. It's very nice, but I've met 3 people, all right? So this is not an indictment on your town. I'm probably wrong, okay? I haven't slept. I was on a red-eye flight, so it might be me. I hope it's me, all right? But I went to Walmart, and I went to, yeah. It started at Walmart, and I went to self-checkout, and the lady running the self-checkout said, "Good morning, too long." I don't even know if that makes sense to you, but I just walked in, and it was too loud and too long, and she didn't break eye contact. It was just, "Good morning!" And I haven't slept all night. I got off a flight and then drove an hour to Springfield, and now I'm at this Walmart, and I'm like, "Hi, yeah, good morning." And then she just, as I walked over to self-checkout, and I'm like, duly noted, you know? And then I went over to the hotel to check in. There's a little girl working the counter. "Hello!" And you're like, again? Damn it, you know? It's just hard. It makes me wonder if it's me. I think it's probably me, you know? But it might be them. It makes me wonder. There's just a feeling there's a creepy feeling in this town. I can't put my finger on it, and I'm sure it's just me, but there's just a Quaker Oats, man, feeling about this town. Like every person I've met just has a look on their face like, oh no, an outsider. Smile till he leaves. And I'm probably wrong. I think it's just all the there's been too many wars on this land, and you can feel it. You can feel it in your heart. The revolutionary, probably the civil, you know, January 6th, I feel like something happened here. Feels like there's been a lot of wars on these fields out here, and I can just feel the tension in my heart a little bit. I don't know what's going on, but I think I'm safe. I think I'm safe. We're inside, man. This beautiful Sunnybrook community. It's very cool. I like it. I'm very happy to be here. I actually just moved to New York City. Yeah, brand new to New York City. I didn't expect you to clap at that. Nobody has. I've told so many people, and they've just stared at me like I said Pottsville when I met Pottstown. And yeah, I'm excited to be there. Yeah, I'm totally. Thank you so much. I was super pumped. I told everybody because I grew up in San Diego, and I'm like, we're moving to New York City, and everyone was just like, why? Why would you do that? And I'm like, I've always wanted to live in the big city. And I know I grew up in the trailer park in the suburbs of San Diego. I'm used to smaller town feel, you know, and I want to be in the big city on the thing, you know. I want to fit in with the locals in the big city. And so that's what I've been trying to do. We've lived there for all of a week, and I had to fly back to do a show. That's why I had a red-eye flight last night, just so you know that what's going on in my life. But yeah, I'm trying to adjust to the city because I don't fit the vibe there. Like, for instance, I smile too much. Like, too much. And that's not you shouldn't be too joyful in New York City. Like, I live in Park Slope, Brooklyn, and all my neighbors just kind of have a look on them, like an author that can't finish their novel. Does that make any sense? Like, it's like a perplexed anger on their face, where they're just walking around, how do I kill the protagonist? Like, just, I can see that's what's going on in their heads. And, you know, and I smile too much, so I gotta work on the smile. You know, you can't smile. You just can't be like that all the time. And I make eye contact. Can't make eye contact, you know. It's good for comedy. It's good to be on stage to make eye contact with your audience, let them know you're engaged and present. But it's not good on the subway. You know, just sitting there, just... That'll get you killed, you know? So I'm trying to temper that. I'm trying to keep that in my heart, you know, even though it's in there. I'm like, we're really doing it. I get so excited on the subway because I've always had a car, and now I don't have a car, and I'm just on the big train, and I'm like, I feel like Babe, Pig in the City, you know? Just a lot of excitement going through my heart. That's a creaky stage right there. Did you hear that? I just went, wow, okay, we'll stay on this side. This stage is actually more solid than what it looked like from down there. Like when I was in the back of the room, I'm like, that looks like a temporary stage. And then I came up here, I'm like, no, these are barn doors or something. I like that, yeah. But yeah, I've been in New York for a week, and it's been fun. We went and saw the movies. We went to the cinema, which is cool, like some hipster cinema where they serve you cocktails. And then you're like, oh, this is fun. And then you find out they're $20. And you're like, oh no, this costs more than the movie. And so that part's kind of a bummer. But we went and watched the movie Air. Have you guys watched that one yet? The Nike movie. It's about Nike signing Michael Jordan in 1984. You watched it? Oh, you haven't watched it. You just know of the story. I appreciate that. All right. I was trying to connect with someone like it. Did you watch it? You enjoyed it?
I've not watched it yet.
Nobody's watched this movie. Right? These jokes should land. These jokes should land pretty good right now. I went and watched it, and it's a period piece. Like, as soon as the movie starts, it says 1984. So you know we're in 1984. But I don't know if you guys have noticed, every time there's a movie from like the 80s or 90s or even the 70s, they just feel like the constant need to let you know what year it is. Like after every scene, they would just do a close-up of something from the 80s. Like, hey, remember Pop-Tarts? Oh, breakfast cereal. Oh, stupid pants. Remember that? And it was just like, after like 15 minutes, I turned to Emma and I'm like, I get it. It's 1984. Like, let it go, you know? Like, they don't do that with other movies, like in the 1800s, just some guy churning butter. Like, yeah! Remember churning butter? Huh? Some guy sharpening a razor blade on a belt? Yeah, you know? God, the good old days, sharpening a razor blade on a belt. But yeah, the whole movie was about, it was hard to root for Nike, because Nike wasn't struggling. They were doing great. They were a multi-million-dollar business, maybe billion, who knows. It was just their basketball department was struggling. And one guy's like, I'm gonna lose my job, I gotta sign Michael Jordan. And it's weird, like, rooting for him, because you know it's gonna work out. Like, I already know how this goes. I'm like, you're wasting a lot of time stressing, man. You're gonna get him. You need to relax. You need to find a good work-life balance, man. You're gonna get him. It's gonna be good. Essentially, what the movie is a company trying to land an influencer. That's what it is. They were trying to land Michael Jordan, who would become the biggest influencer. But that let me know, the movie was good, by the way, but that let me know that in 20 years, this remake of this movie is gonna be lame, you know? It's gonna be lame. It's just gonna be a corporation trying to land someone from social media, you know, just some chubby executive running down the hallway going, we gotta get her, she's got the biggest ass on Instagram, you know? The Maybelline story, you know? Or we're gonna have to go, I hope they get her. I like that. You know, for not watching the movie, that's about as much as I can expect from you guys. You know, we took a swing at it. What can we do? I don't know. That's nice. It's been good in New York. We had a yard sale in San Diego before we moved. And not my idea. I don't think a yard sale has ever been a man's idea in the history of yard sales. I don't think a man ever was like, hey, we got a Saturday. You want to spend it in the front yard? With all of our things, meeting people we would never talk to in our regular lives at all. Would you like to do that? Would you like to haggle with a stranger over a Bluetooth speaker? Would you like to have that conversation of, no, that's not the original power charger. No, that's just one that happened to fit. Yeah. Pretty sure that was a woman's idea every time. It was my lady's idea. Emma's like, hey, this weekend, let's have a yard sale. And I was like, yeah, we could also just burn it. Just also burn everything and start completely over. But it's like, no, we might make $400. We have to do this. And we put all our stuff out there. And we're out there at 5 a.m. We started too early, you know, because we're like, what if we're not ready by 8? What if they leave us a bad Yelp review on our yard sale? And then they show up at 8, and it's, man, there's two types of people that come to yard sales. There's regular people and psychopaths, all right? And the psychopaths are professional yard sale people who you don't expect to show up. You know, you just think you're gonna meet your neighbor from across the street who needs a lamp, and you're like, I happen to have one right there. And then you high five and they leave, and you're like, okay, we sold that lamp. But it's not. These are like serious yard sale people. Like, they showed up at 7:50, and they're like, yeah, are you open? And I'm like, it's a front yard, dude. Like, just come in. I don't, you know, just start looking around. And that's the other part of the yard sale they don't talk about. Like, we put all our stuff out there, and it's not our best stuff, okay? Our best stuff we're keeping, okay? This is stuff we're willing to part with. And I was looking at it going, I don't want the neighbors to see this. They're gonna come in and go, this is the kind of crap they've been keeping in their house? I felt so self-conscious. The first couple people that came in, I'm like, we got better stuff inside. But we're keeping that. You rummage around this garbage. We had someone steal at our yard sale. Emma and I saw a lady steal something at her yard. It was such a weird feeling. It was so weird because part of me was angry because you're stealing from me in my own yard. Like, part of me wants to run up to you and kick your ass, you know? But there's another part of me that wants to run up to you and go, hey, thank you. You could grab a couple more things on your way out. You can steal that, but you also got to take that giant thing and a couple of those, you know? I wasn't ready for the haggling. People haggled. I've never haggled a day in my life. I didn't know prices were negotiable. You know, this isn't This isn't a flea market. You know, it was my front yard. My front yard, we put out our good blankets to lay this crap on. And they come in, will you? Like, I've never haggled. And you know why I've never haggled? Because I grew up poor. And I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but like I do. Like, because I grew up poor, I always assume that people think I don't have it. So I'll go, I'll pay you double. You know, like I have that. I don't know if anyone can relate to that, but I have a little of that in me. What do you think, I'm trash? I'll pay you 3 times the amount. I'll buy your whole yard. You tell me right now. So I got that in me, so I would never haggle with somebody. But I remember it was at 1, we called it. We're like, all right, that's it. And whatever was left, we left in the yard. And we went and had lunch at a cafe down the street, and while we were eating there, someone came to a Ring doorbell. And, you know, you can talk through the Ring doorbell, there's a camera. And Emma answered it, and it was some lady, and she's like, is the rug still for sale? And she's pointing at the rug, and Emma's like, yeah. And she's like, is it still $10? I brought cash. And Emma's like, yeah. And she goes, will you take 8? And I'm like, are we negotiating through a Ring doorbell right now? What are you doing with that $2? That's what I want to know. Like, what? Like, how do you just give me 8 and slip it under my doormat? You just go home going, hey, she asked. Like, you already know that's a conversation she's having with her husband when she gets home. They asked for 10, but I said, I'll do 8. That's my bottom dollar. And then they said, well, okay, so I really stole this for us. You could have had it for free if you didn't just hit the doorbell. You know what I mean? Like, you could have just had it. What are you getting at? I'm worried about where that $2 is going. Going to like the Republic of China or something. Like they're funding something nefarious with those $2. That's what it was, man. But it was fun. I'm glad we finally got the move going. We live in I have a super at my building. I've never had a super before, and that's a superintendent. That's what that is. And he's a man I cannot understand. I don't even know what his native language is, but he is so unintelligible that even if I spoke his native language, I don't think it would help. It's that bad. Like, he speaks English, but it's so I don't understand it, but what he makes up for not being able to be understood, he makes up for in volume and not letting you talk. So I remember the first time I had to call him before because we're flying in, and I'm like, we need to coordinate the key drop-off because I'm coming in with 8 pieces of luggage, 2 cats, and a wife. You know, I'm bringing in a lot of stuff. And I'm like, hi, Ken. His name's Kenny. And I don't think that's his name. Like, I think if I asked his mother, and we'd be like, is Kenny around? She wouldn't know who I was talking about. And I was like, and I can't, here's the thing too, like, he is so ununderstandable that my impression of him is as close as I can get. Okay? Like, it's not gonna make sense to you, but it's as close as I can get. I got on the phone, I'm like, hey Kenny, this is Zoltan. And he just goes, ah! That's as close as I can get to what I heard coming out of the phone. And I was like, Kenny? Ah! Never mind. And I hung up the phone, and Emma and I looked at each other. I'm like, did you hear that? And she's like, I didn't want to, and I did. That wasn't even on speakerphone. That was off regular, ah! And I was like, well, maybe he's easier to understand in person, you know, because I can read his lips, you know, I can go off the lips, and then what he's saying, and it was in person. Ah! And I'm like, okay, I'm responsible for what goes on up there, is what I'm gathering. If there's a clogged drain, that's on the Z-Man, because I don't know if I can pantomime this problem to old Kenny here. It's wild, dude. But it's good. I'm happy. We got married April 5th at the courthouse. That's why I'm rocking the ring. Yeah. We had a courthouse. We're having a real wedding in Italy. We're flying to Italy in May. Yeah, we're eloping to Italy. And elopement, if you don't know, that's when you realize your wedding will be way more fun if nobody comes to it. That's when you crunch the numbers and you're like, hey, if nobody comes, we can go to Italy, you know? And that's when we weighed the love of our family against a trip to Italy, and we decided au revoir, you know? That's not even Italian, but it doesn't matter. because they're not coming anyway, you know? So, but before we went to Italy, we had to, we got married for realsies, like with the documentations at a courthouse in San Diego, because I didn't want an Italian marriage license that I can't read. So I wanted one in English, so we had it over there. My mom came, and she just sobbed at the courthouse, which moms just cry. That's what they do. And it was so weird because Emma and I were reading our, we're saying our I do's, and she's crying, and we were like, I was like, I'm like, I got nothing. Do you have? And I'm like, I got a little because my mother's crying, but I'm like, are you good? And she's like, I feel nothing right now. And I'm like, I know, right? It's hard to feel the emotion at the courthouse because the marriage license area is next to the death certificate desk. And it's just, because you're just thinking of the mortality now. You're like, man, if one of us goes 2 feet that way is where we get that framed document. Which, what is that for? What are you doing with the death certificate? You frame that? What do you do?
Take it to the bank.
You take it to the bank? Oh, so you can get the person's money? Ah, that's so wow. Wow, we really figured out what life was about all along, didn't we? Just going to the courthouse going, can I have a stamped document? I gotta take my dead relative's money.
You need multiple copies.
You need multiple copies? Why do you all know this? Like, what? I'm guessing, like, you don't do that day one. Yeah, you don't do that day one. Like, you don't go right after the funeral going, I gotta go get the dead, There's probably a couple days, right? You gotta be like, that's probably something I've, thankfully, knock on wood, I haven't lost a close relative yet to where I have to go get the death certificate. But I think that would cross my mind, where I can't go get the document the next day. You can't, like, when was the death? 6 hours ago. I need this money, all right? Like, you gotta give it a couple, bereavement weeks. And then you're like, is this still good? I don't know if I'm sure. I'm just like, it's like I always feel like I'm gonna be judged by somebody, so I'm like, I gotta give this a breath. But yeah, afterwards we went out to a little post-wedding lunch with my mother. And my mother is a sweet lady. She's a sweet little Hungarian lady. She's really open-minded and all that stuff. But she's still 60. So she's open-minded with a cap. You know what I mean? Like, she's open. Everyone should live their lives. But, that's her. Which I've never I've tried to figure out, like, what's that part? And she's like, what do you mean? Like, I remember I had two friends. They were lesbians, and I remember before we met them, I was like, oh yeah, that's Casey, and that's her wife, Kelly. They're lesbians. And then my mother was like, oh, that's okay. This is America. You're allowed to love whoever you want, but And I was like, what's that? What's that last part? And she's like, what do you mean? This is America. Everybody gets to be who they want, but And I'm like, I think that's as open-minded as you can be for being born in 1963. And I respect her for at least doing that, I'm not judging her. I'm just like, all right, that's where it is. I'll have my version of that if I'm ever lucky enough to be 60, I'll have whatever that is. But I remember we went out to eat, and our waiter had dreadlocks. And I could see my mom eyeballing these dreadlocks. And I'm like, don't, come on, just don't. And she goes, oh, I love your hair. Can I touch your hair? And I'm like, part of me was like, Mom, you can. But then the other part of me was like, he's white. There was a part, and then I'm like, no, this is okay. I actually think if you're a white dude with dreadlocks, no one should even have to ask. Like, that's the punishment for appropriating someone else's culture, is that strange 60-year-old women are gonna come up and just do this. I think that's how we kind of level that playing field a little bit, She's a sweetheart. I love my mom. She taught me everything I know about finances, which is why I don't own anything. I was raised by a tiny Hungarian lady. And here's the thing, I've met a lot of Hungarians performing around the country. I have Hungarian people come to my shows just because my name is Zoltan Kaszas on the marquee, and they're like, that guy's Hungarian, we gotta go, And is that a person right there? That's the reason you came?
My ex-husband was was Hungarians, and my kids are half Hungarian.
All right, nice. All right. So this didn't come as like a vendetta or anything. I gotta see one of his countrymen, you know? I'm kidding. But yeah, so I get to meet a lot of Hungarians traveling around the country, and most of the Hungarians that I get to meet, their lineage started here in '56, because in 1956 there was a revolution in Hungary against communism, and it didn't work. They lost, and it lasted like a week. So everybody that didn't want that, they like escaped and came to the United States. So most of the Hungarians I meet here came in '56. We came in '91 after communism fell, because my mom was kind of a communist. And I mean like a real one, not the modern definition of a communist where like you wore a mask during the pandemic. I don't mean that. That's like the modern definition of a communist. I mean like a real one where she's like, I don't think people should own property. You know, like a real, she's one of those, and see, it just got quieter. I don't agree with her, just for the record. But that's who she is, and that's who I learned my finances from. Because I've started making a little bit of money in comedy, and I'm like, Mom, I've heard I'm supposed to invest this money and do stuff. She goes, what, are you an idiot? You don't invest? Why? So the bank can take it? And I was like, what do you mean? And she goes, no, that's not what you do with your money. And I was like, what do I do with my money? She goes, you put it in the bank. And I go, then what do I do? Then you look at it. And then what do I do? Then you go to sleep. So that's what I do. Before I go to bed, I look at my bank account and I go, and that, by the way, if you talk to like any financial advisor, the worst, don't listen to my mother. She has a lot of power over me, so I'm like, that's what we gotta do, you know. That's what we gotta do. It's hard. It's hard. We're doing our best out there. We're all living. Excited to be married. I've realized that when we were in New York, what marriage, my favorite part of marriage is showing interest in each other's interests. You know what I mean? Like, we were walking around Prospect Park, and the cherry blossom trees were blooming. And if I was single, I would have never known that. I would have just walked by that tree like an idiot and not taken time to admire it. But thankfully, I'm married, and my wife is like, the cherry blossom trees are blooming. Take a picture of that. And I'm like, whoa, I almost missed that. Hell yeah. And then she told me, did you know cherry blossom trees only bloom for 2 weeks a year, and then they die for the rest of the year? Don't miss that. And I'm like, man, there's so many dumb single guys just walking by it. They're missing the cherry blossom trees. They're a bunch of losers, you know? And that let me, because I know a little bit about her interests, and then because we're together, she knows that pro wrestler Kurt Angle has been addicted to pain pills because he broke his neck at a 2003 pay-per-view called No Way Out. And that's what marriage is. She knows a little bit about my interests, and I know a little bit about hers. I'm glad you guys connected with that. I was scanning this audience, and I'm like, I feel like they'd like that joke. Kurt Angle's a Pennsylvanian, you know? I am over 20. Excuse me. Thank you. Sorry, I had a bunch of nuts before the show, and they got stuck. That's why the Bud Light. I wasn't a planned joke, but trust me, I wasn't building up the entire time for that moment. But I did choke on a weird peanut shell back there. And then as I was drinking the Bud Light, I saw this guy with the Second Amendment shirt going, he's drinking a Bud Light? And I was like, quickly, save it, save it! Don't lose the audience in Missouri. And I quickly tried to bring it around.
Make some noise for Zoltan.
Solid attempt. Give it Carter, everybody. Make it loud for him. What's up, everybody? One more time for Carter. He almost got my name. That is a tough name to nail, man. I've never seen someone quit in the middle of it, though. That was Zoltan, and then he's like, I have one of those last names, but where like looking at it doesn't help. Like if you're like, what was it? How do I pronounce it? Looking at it's not gonna help. That's like someone just punched you in the eyes with letters. Like, figure that out, you know? So nice to be here. One more time for Carter and Old Man Willie. Lord. I don't know if they talked about it, but I feel like they could be related. Like I got similar energies from both of them. Like I can see Carter being Willie in like 70 more years. He's gonna age into a lot of those jokes. Like it's gonna be good. I like Carter. He has the look of like a villain from the 20s, you know? He looked like he just got done tying someone to train tracks. Alright, some of you are into it, some of you were bored. Alright, we're getting started. We're gonna start low, we're gonna build high. Don't worry. It's good. It's first time here in the blue room, and you guys meant it. It's blue. Alright. You guys are on theme. I love it. They told me this used to be a church. Yeah. I could, like, this was one of those cool churches, though. You could tell. Was it? Someone's like, I heard someone go, no, it wasn't. It was in between. Did you go to it?
I came a couple times.
Yeah. Was there, like, trips? It felt like this was, like, a church where they had trips.
Oh, no. It was interesting.
It was interesting. Wow, what a subtle way to say it turned into a cult, huh? The way he said it, it was interesting. And I was like, we get it, man. Well, I'm waiting for the documentary too. Just like you. It's gonna be a hell of a documentary. That's why anytime I see someone in the news, my wife and I, we nudge each other like, can't wait for that documentary. You know, every time we're like, that's gonna be a badass documentary. The submarine thing, you know that's coming out.
It's already
It's already out?
out. It's already out.
They made it already?
They made it already.
But who's editing that? God, who's editing these documentaries? It's like, we don't even know yet. Just do it. Just make it. We're going to come up with 2 endings. A really joyful ending, and then the one where that guy's giving the speech. Did you guys watch that guy's speech? The guy for the Coast Guard? There was a catastrophic implosion. Which, that's not, like, you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me when I was a kid and I'd watch the news and I didn't know big words. And that doesn't explain what happened. Because that's, like, if I was a kid and I listened to catastrophic implosion, I'd be like, so are they alive? Or, like, that's not enough. I need, like, a visual. Someone in the back to go, like, that's what catastrophic implosion means, man. That's a bummer. I did $250,000 for that trip, and I looked into it. They didn't even have seats. Did you guys know that? In the submarine, no chairs. Spirit Airlines has chairs. $50, wherever you want to go. Chairs. $250,000, and you just show up and like, it just looked like they had a drawing. I was on a website and they had like a drawing of the submarine, and they just had a picture of 5 people sitting cross-legged with one window. They had to share one window. $250,000, one person gets the window seat, and you just... Honestly, when you looked at the diagram of the people sitting in there, it looked like a punishment. It didn't look like a wild adventure. It looked like they were sentenced to something harsh. They're like, listen, you guys, you're going in the submarine. And you're like, no, please. You're going. You're not getting the window seat. There will be no seats. It's classic. Rich people never know how to have fun. They don't. That's what they do for fun. They're like, we're going to go on a submarine, $250,000. Every rich person activity sounds like a punishment. The opera. You know? Polo. You know? caviar, like pheasant hunting, and you're like, ugh. That's all I had on it. Just trying to watch the news. I don't know. It was fun. I've never been up here to Springfield, Missouri. I've done Kansas City. That's where I flew into. I landed into Kansas City. New airport over there. I don't know if you guys go check that out. They had the oldest airport before, and now it's the newest one. I don't know if you've ever been down there, but the oldest airport, like you wouldn't, it was, not only was it before 9/11, it was before World War II. Like that's how old that airport looked. They're like, there's never been anything bad that's happened in this country. That's how, like you could drop someone off and wave to them as they boarded their flights. And I like that. It was easy to find the Uber pickup area, because it was just the curb, you know? They're like, is this the Uber? Yeah, you're at it. I'm like, all right. But now it's like super modern. Like it's beautiful. I got off and I had to go tinkle. And I ran into the restroom, and they actually had a sign that let you know how many stalls were opened, like before you went in there. I'm like, that's a little too technical, you know? Leave a little mystery, you know? Isn't that fun? You get off that flight, your teeth are floating, and you're like, I really gotta, there's a line, you know? Don't take all the thrill out of life. Let me live a little. Just a little. I don't know. Then we had gotten a rental car, got a badass rental car. It was a Cadillac. I've never driven a Cadillac in my life. And they didn't want to give it to me, but they didn't have the car that I was supposed to have, so they had to begrudgingly give me an upgrade. That's a good little traveler's tip, because I travel all the time. If you get up to the counter and they really try to push the upgrade on you, hey, for an extra $50, I can put you in a Cadillac. What that means is that Nissan Versa isn't back yet. And they're trying to get some money, so just stay strong. You're gonna get the Cadillac. Okay? You're gonna get that Cadillac. Don't pay an extra $50 for it. Next time they ask you, they just go, oh, the Versa's not back yet? And watch their face go, damn it, he knows their secrets. Free upgrade. We made the drive out here. It was me by myself. But I talk in my head, so it feels like I'm not alone. Made that drive, man. There was nothing between here and Kansas City, dude. Nothing, man. A lot of nothing. Nothing and then Amish. And you're like, wow, you know? It's so crazy because we keep, like, I feel like I'd scare them, you know? If I pulled over and showed them what's going on in this Cadillac, they'd be like, get the hell out of here, dude. With your witchcraft. Like, I don't even know if I could explain AI to the Amish. I wouldn't even know how. Just like, imagine if the butter that you're churning ended up one day killing you all. Like, imagine that happening. I think that's the best way I can explain it. It's a tough one, you know? But they might be living right, you know? Because we've used every piece of technology to make sure we hate each other. Everything that's come out, we're like, how can I hate someone with this? But they're over there. There's no group chat in the Amish community. That's just 5 people in the same room. That's what a group chat is. What was that, Jebediah? You know? That's a group chat right there. Yeah, it's creepy. It's a creepy drive. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I had to pee and I was hungry, and the next stop was a town called Humansville. I kept driving, you know? And I was hungry. Nope. You ever have those moments you just drive and you see the name of the town, like, we're not doing that.
I take it you didn't stop at Fair Play after that? Or
what's that?
did you stop in Fair Play after
No, I kept driving until I got here. Because after I saw Humansville, I'm like, we're not stopping anywhere. Because it felt like a trap, you know? Humansville sounded like aliens from outer space took over a town. And they're like, how do we get them to come in? Name it something relatable. Humansville! And then you show up, there's just no one's blinking. Welcome to Humansville. Think you're having a good time. Next thing you know, they're sucking out your spinal fluid. Watch a lot of Black Mirror, you guys. Because it was Amish, and then like right outside, like this city's cool, like the town here, and then right outside of it, a little methy. And let's be honest, you know, it's methy. It's a little. I don't know what that. I guess that's still Springfield, but like right outside where you get off the freeway, and then it's like I ate at a Jimmy John's over there. You know, which I try not to, because the owner kills lions in Africa, so I try not to support that, but I was hungry. And I was in the middle of what felt like nowhere, and I'm like, you know, someone's gonna eat these sandwiches. So I went in there, but as I pulled in, there was this shirtless dude, this big jacked up white dude, shirtless, and he was just walking. You know, like some people gotta walk where you're like, oh, there's a felony coming at the end of that walk. You can tell in the stance, you're like, he's headed to something bad, you know? And I looked closer, he had an ankle bracelet, like the monitor. And I'm like, where are the police? Like, there's no way his boundaries are the town. Like, yeah, just feel free to walk around all methy and shirtless, scaring the town folk. Where are the police? He was scaring the town folk. I know I wasn't the only one afraid, it was me and Jimmy. Looking out there going, hope he's not hungry. I don't think we can take him together, even together. He looked like he had the good prison muscles. Good. Oh, please eat. Yeah, I see you holding your sandwich. Oh, you're laughing too hard? I'll slow it down. I don't want to keep you from eating. I just saw you holding that sandwich, and I'm like, eat, man. Enjoy yourself. Because I hate you guys, because I love eating, and thankfully my wife loves eating too. We're one of those couples, when the food arrives, we don't talk. You know, we do all our talking before and after. Once the food arrives, it's like we're in a fight. You know, but we're not. We're in a very lovely place. We're eating food, and our endorphins are high. But the worst is if we go on a double date with like another couple, and most other couples just don't eat like they do, and then they're like, and my wife and I are like you right now, just going. And we're pretending to be into it, but inside on the inside we're like, shut up! Shut up and eat! We didn't have a snack before this meal, because we knew this dinner was coming. Now you're not letting us eat. Let us eat! Yeah, man. It's good. Last weekend, I've been traveling a lot. Last weekend, I didn't travel for comedy. It was my buddy's bachelor party. A bunch of guys, and I'm 36, so a bunch of mid-30s to late 30s. We went to Parker, Arizona, which, I don't know, if you haven't been to Parker, Arizona, what I expect Humansville to be like, you know? It's a bunch of people where you're not real. Are you serious? It's just like you picture Arizona, but picture cast a movie about Arizona where the casting is a little on the nose. That's what Parker, Arizona is. There's a lot of dudes in hats, like baseball caps, but their hats are too big for their heads, so it covers the tops of their ears. Do you know what look I'm talking about? It's like bro-y, but not for the ocean. They're like... I grew up in Southern California, so I get it. Like, if you don't get it, there's two political parties in Southern California. There's people that go to the beach and people that go to the river. All right? Those are the two. And by the way, it doesn't split as liberal and conservative. It splits as sunshine or hell. I want to hang out in hell. It's 110 degrees. It was so hot. And everyone was scary. And my friend group, the guy who was the bachelor, he was having a great time. But he befriends everybody. So we had the biggest motley crew of people that I've ever met. Like people that I would never hang out with my entire life. I'm now spending a weekend with at the river. There's this one dude who fit right in. He looked like our connect to the town. His name was Jenny, I think. That was a nickname. He was one of those guys that had like 4 nicknames, so I never really got his name. And he was just covered in tattoos, head to toe, which I'm not judging, that's fine. But there was a beautiful moment on the drive back when we were talking about work and how stressful, because they have real jobs, not this fake stuff that I do, but like they have real jobs, and he just goes, money isn't everything. I've really learned that money isn't everything, even though I have the opposite tattooed on my leg. And I was like, what'd you say? And then he pulled up his leg and it said, money is everything on his leg. And I was like, oh man. So what now, It's like, well, I'm going to keep it, but, it will remind me that I was wrong. It's important. They did so much drugs, and they shouldn't. I'm not a drug guy, never been. I have a low resting heart rate. That's my reason. I've never done, people do the cocaine now, all that stuff. I've never tried it, because one time I took an Adderall, and then it was fun. I was in Vegas, I took one little Adderall, and I just couldn't stop talking. I had, all night, just blah, 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 blah. I had nothing to say, but I couldn't shut up. It's the most I've ever said about nothing the entire time. And the next morning I woke up and it felt like I was sprinting, but I wasn't sprinting. My heart was just beating like a rabbit, and I woke everybody up. And they're like, yeah, that happens sometimes. And I'm like, you should be more afraid. And they're like, no, we're not. And I was like, okay. And I never did anything after that. I do edibles. That's what I'm into. I'm into the calming ones, I'm into the stuff where you go, if you get a drug that does that, I'll give it a try, Do you have one? If you can smile while doing it and not feel the need to, keep talking, then I'm into it. I love a little edible. I'm so happy those are illegal. Could you imagine if they were illegal still? Like having to buy that from a drug dealer? Having to go into some drug dealer's studio apartment and be like, what are you here for? The gummy bears. I'd be so embarrassed. I'd have to order something else, just so he wouldn't judge me. And some black tar heroin. That too. The gummy bears are for the kids, the smacks for daddy, And I gotta flush the heroin. I'm not doing that, I'm just trying to giggle while watching TV. Marijuana in some form or fashion has been legal in this country for about 10 years, I think. I don't know, I half looked it up. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in those last 10 years, anxiety and conspiracy theories through the roof. And I'm not saying they're connected. I'm just saying it's worth looking into, Sometimes I get on the wrong side of a little gummy, and then I'll make eye contact with one of the cats and be like, what do you know? Tell me right now, what the hell do you know? And they just not impressed with me. I've performed here before. It's been a couple of years, and then I haven't been to Huntington Beach, but I've been seeing you guys on the news. Well done staying relevant. That's good. Other cities just kind of hit, and you guys, this is our time to shine. Oh yeah! It's 3 places I saw on the news during the pandemic: Huntington Beach, Florida, and Texas. 3 of you guys were like, we're gonna say we're doing it. All right. I guess I should have known, but I guess I didn't, I always thought that about Huntington Beach, but I didn't know it. And then I saw it, and I'm like, I guess, yeah. Well, that makes sense. I got the vaccine, I got the Moderna thing, which I didn't know was such a weird thing to say out loud. That's like a divisive thing to say, I got vaccine, someone goes, what? What? Like, I had a friend of mine get mad at me, a childhood friend. He's like, why'd you get that vaccine? And I'm like, because I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I never went to college. I didn't like it. Like, science class? I was into it school. We dissected a frog. We learned about something. And then in high school, I'm like, I still like science. And they're like, hey, you know how you can't do algebra? Well, we brought it into this class. It's called chemistry, and this is where you quit. And that's where I quit. So I quit science right there, sophomore year. And so I never went to college. I had a 2.75 GPA from high school, which isn't stupid. It's also not smart. Just an average guy. Just average, you know. Don't ask me to do the tip. You know, just the average, whatever. And there was a virus, and these nerds came on my TV, looking all nerdy. And they're like, hey, you should go get the vaccine. Because we went to college longer than you went to regular school. And I'm like, okay, I'll listen to you. I don't know, a lab coat, you know, what do I know? So I went and got the vaccine. And apparently, I think it's still 70-30, like 70% of the country has it, 30% did. And my friend's part of the 30. And I'm like, well, I did it because I listened to Nerds. Didn't you hear the Nerds? And he's like, yeah, I heard the Nerds, but I also listened to a jiu-jitsu podcast. And they recommended that we reconsider. And I was like, all right. And by the way, I'm not knocking you. I don't care. I don't care if you got the vaccine or didn't. I just went with the Nerds on this one. That's all. If I want to learn how to get abs when I'm 60, I'll watch the jiu-jitsu. I'll be like, just kettlebells? Or just this? Just this until my girlfriend gets younger? Like, what? All those guys, that's why I'm scared. I don't want to just do this. Younger! And we're becoming R. Kelly. Too many kettlebells. I'm sorry, I just watched it last night. I waited 2 years to watch the R. Kelly one, and I was like, oh. Yeah, we're not listening to Ignition anymore. Yeah, and I mean it. I'm not one of those people. If you don't want to get the vaccine, I don't care. Do it. Don't do it. Leave me alone. I drove by, we had a protest in San Diego of like people going, I don't want the vaccine. You know, they're big signs and they're yelling it, and I drove by and I got to look at them, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want them to have the vaccine. I got a good look at all of them. They all look like somebody that would keep my flight from taking off. They open their nose. And I'm like, I'm good with you, gotta have it. I'm on your side, to be quite honest. I'm vaccinated, but I'm on your team. Listen, and now we're back, I think. I don't know. I think the pandemic's over. Is it? I don't know. I don't know, but when it is over, there should be like an official statement. You know, quit leaving us in limbo. So we should come out and go, hey everybody, it's over. And I think that person should be Greta Thunberg. And I think that's who should do it. Do you guys know Greta Thunberg? She's the little girl. He does. It's alright, I'll explain it. She's a young lady who lives in like Iceland or Norway, one of those sad countries. You know those like up there sad countries where they're like smart, well dressed, but at the same time you're like, you're sad, aren't you? Tell yourself. I think she should be the one to tell us that the pandemic's over. Give that little girl some good news to give us. Every time she shows up, it's the worst news ever. She's like the groundhog. Bad news. Every 6 weeks she comes out, she goes, hey, we're all still dying. We're like, it's live. It's great. I was doing okay until you said that, but yeah, thank you for reminding me there. And I'm not making fun of her. She's smart, and I'm not even disagreeing with what she's saying, but I'm like, she scares me. She scares me. Like, I'm not a father, and part of the reason is because I'm like, I might have a Greta Thunberg. I'm not knocking her. I'm sure she's a wonderful child, but she's also that all the time. Can you imagine that all the time? Just a dad trying to be a dad. And, oh, good morning, Greta. How are you? How'd you sleep? The polar ice caps are melting, Daddy. We'll all drown in seawater by noon. That's great, honey. I got some waffles ready for you. Just sit down, grab a napkin. How was ballet practice, sweetie? You got me non-biodegradable shoes. I'm going to outgrow them in 6 weeks. Thanks, honey. It's a fear that I have. I thought the pandemic was over in March of this year, and I declared it over. I actually said it out loud to people. I had no jurisdiction, but I saw a lot of people that had no jurisdiction, way worse, so I'm like, it's my turn. But I thought the pandemic was over in March of this year, because I was on a flight coming home from Kansas City, Missouri, doing some shows, and there was a lady who had a whole row to herself across the aisle, which is what we like to call first class in coach. She had the whole row to herself, and she lay down, face first into a seat cushion. Yeah, no pillow, no rolled up sweater, just face into a butt pad. And I'm like, yeah, I think the pandemic's over now. That's my reasoning. I think the pandemic's over right there, right as she's doing that. So I was just thinking 12 months before that, just to go to the grocery store, I was dressed like I was clearing graphite off a rooftop in Chernobyl. I was wearing goggles, I had gloves, I was scared to squeeze an avocado. Like doing Reiki over them. Like, is this one right? Is that one good? No. Wrong every time. And then here we are 12 months later, this lady's just motorboating until she's secrets. I'm like, yeah, I think the pandemic's over right there. What was that wrong? We're fine. Yeah. I didn't remember how crazy things got, like, right away. Right away, people punching each other for toilet paper. That was hilarious. I would never fight anyone for toilet paper. I'll fight you for food. If we're out of food, I'll give it. I won't win, but I'll try. I'll put a swing in there, or at least try to entertain you for some. Something to my one skill, like, chicken wing? I might fight you for food. I'm definitely not fighting you for toilet paper. I couldn't believe that. Toilet paper? Like what? You just no running water at your house? Running water and old shirts. I was fine. Old workout shirts. I'm not gonna fight a stranger at a hospital. Went to Texas. That was the last place I toured. We did all four states of Texas. Like the big ones. We did San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, and Austin. Those are like the big ones. And I know there's more, but we did those, and it was fun. I like Texas. Right before we went there, they changed all the laws. They're like, abortion, 6 weeks, gun, everybody. And that's what we went into, which was interesting. One of the rules they took away, they said no more, you don't have to have a permit anymore to have an open carry gun. Which, my first question was, who was checking for paperwork? Who is that person that would see a guy in public with a gun and go, excuse me, sir? Do you have the proper documentation? I would never do that. If I was somewhere and someone had a gun, I'd be like, obviously I'm in the wrong place. My GPS got me askew. But I had a bunch of friends in Texas. They were pumped on the new law, and they posted a little picture with their gun next to their head. And that was the part that bothered me, because I think guns look cool, and they made them look so lame. They made them look so lame. The little shirt tucked in. Just looked like an old man that clips his cell phone on his belt. What are you gonna call? What are you doing? I'm not against guns, I'm not against open carry, but if I was there, I wouldn't be in my hand like a cell phone. Alright? Walk up to places. What's up? How's it going? These seats taken? What's the deal? Wait around! You're supposed to be cool, man. I shot a gun before. Last time was in Billings, Montana, which is appropriate. They had a comedy competition out there, and one of the days they took us out for a fun activity. They took us to a gun range. They took 26 of the most irresponsible people to a gun range, and I thought there would be more rules, and there wasn't. There was just one guy in shorts. And he clearly loved these guns more than he loved people. Like, each gun that he described, he was just like, and I'm like, do you want to be alone? He loved these guns. And he was just like, have at him. And I was like, I thought there would be more rules. But there wasn't. I shot a handgun called the Judge, which I never understood the appeal of gun until I shot one, and I'm like, it feels so good. You just feel it in your bone marrow. You're like, yes. And I was like having dreams about it. I'm judge, jury, and executioner. Like, I was just feeling so good, you know? I shot big guns too. They had like AR-15s and AK-47s, which I was really scared to shoot those. because I grew up on action movies, all right? I grew up on like Sylvester Stallone and Rambo. Remember, he'd always be shirtless, like holding on to those guns. He was ripped. It looked like it took all of his muscles to keep the gun steady. I don't have any of those, all right? I don't know how deceiving the shirt is, but I don't have any of those. I also don't have any baby oil. Like, I wasn't prepared. And I was scared to shoot it. I'm like, I don't think I have the equipment to keep it that way. Like, I was scared I was just going to go, oh no! I think I just won the comedy competition. I've been in a self-help mode. This is a pandemic. And then, you just try to get better as a person. So I started going to therapy. I've been to 3 therapy sessions. And one person wooed, everyone's like, I don't like that he's opening up this quick. We're 5 minutes into this set. Oh, we're talking about your feelings? Feelings? This came from jiu-jitsu. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Feelings? But yeah, I got signed up for therapy because I'm 34, and I came to the realization that I'm best at expressing myself and talking to people by doing this. This is how I prefer to interact with human beings. By being on stage where I'm elevated, illuminated, amplified, and I want it to be frowned upon if you interrupt me. That's how I want to communicate with humans. And I'm like, you better get this checked out. And I was dead on. There was a problem. I went to therapy. I was scared to go to therapy. I've never gone to therapy. I don't talk about my feelings. That's for in here. That's for in here. Oh, I got a problem. Keep it in there. Don't let it out. You're going to scare people off. If you let out these ideas out here, you're going to scare people off, which is stupid. Because during the pandemic, everyone's let their ideas out, and they've just formed groups. That Capitol riot, that was someone's idea. In here. And for his entire life, he's like, I gotta keep this in here. I'm gonna scare people off if I have this idea. And then he yelled it out, and some dude dressed like a yak appeared next to him. And he's like, that's a great idea. And then before I knew it, they had hundreds of thousands of people over there going, get in there. So I was scared. I was scared to release the inner thoughts, you know? So anyway, I started going to therapy, and I was terrified to go to therapy because I didn't know I'm not supposed to talk about my feelings. I'm going to go tell them to a stranger that I'm painting. Like, I don't know, it just felt weird. And the only way I can describe it, you've never been to therapy, the only way I can describe it, it's like a job interview where you have to be honest. Imagine that. Imagine going on a job interview, but you can't do any of the bullshit answers. You know what I mean? Where you're like, oh, my biggest setback, I care too much. Sometimes I care too much, can't do any of that. Imagine that, going to a job interview and just be like, yeah, I'm just doing this till something better comes along. Anything. Yeah, I'll be there 15 minutes every day. And that uniform, yeah, I'll wear that for the first couple of days. But that's going to get lost, definitely. Imagine that, going to a job interview where you have to talk about yourself because you have to be honest, and at the end, you never find out if you get the job. That's what going to therapy is like. It's like going to a job interview where you have to be honest at the end, they never tell you how you did. You just kind of leave by going, that's it for today. And then I went home, my fiance was like, how did it go? And I'm like, I don't think I got it. I don't think I got that job at all. And for some reason, I got a callback interview next week at the same time. We're going to figure out if I get it on the second one.